You are the greatest poets in all the land.
Somewhere in Australia, they are incinerating designer handbags, never used to maintain brand exclusivity, whilst there is a child digging through the Salvos donation tip for a jacket that can last them the winter.
Somewhere in Australia, they're building boutique flats and fancy malls so that we forget that we're standing on the brink of unprecedented homelessness, of unprecedented unemployment. The things that used to bind us together as humanity are falling apart.
Poverty is the cracked lips of a boy, hands outstretched, eyes like a dead fish.
It is the blackened toenails of the outworker, chest compressing with each breath. Do you not hear the lullaby of a mother, hunched in the rusty old car at night? Do the cries of the homeless who scream, their throats fleshy pink, fall upon your deaf ears? Do you hear the people sing? But only until it makes you feel uncomfortable, because then it is better for us to stay silent, hold our tongues, bow heads down defeat, and get back to work than for you to acknowledge that the privilege, the wealth you have accumulated was built on the blood and bones of us, the oppressed minorities, built on the sweat and tears of us.
The homeless and overworked. Is it truly benevolence when you throw out a piece of stale bread to the people whose homes you drove them out of?
Our narrative, our stories aren't your pay-per-view poverty porn to ogle at. Do not throw us your pincers for us to climb onto the backs of others and to push them down in order to reach for our good jobs and to reach for food onto the table. We were confined to lifetimes, hunched over, lifeless and suicidal in factory plants. We cannot tolerate the model slave image you tried to impose on us any longer. Poor people are like bees. We don't fuck with you if you don't fuck with us first.
Can't you hear the buzzing now? Since when has saying nothing done anything? This is not an outlet to spruik your for philanthropy. This is not an appeal for a rich people Jesus to come to our salvation.
We learned the hard way that in the snaking long queues of Centrelink under the Flinders Street Bridge at night that there is no God pining for us. And we don't care if you don't want to believe we exist, but we believe in you. I know, she knows, they know, my nose smells the blood of every single one of us who dies on the streets, who dies in dodgy public housing units, who dies in rusty old cars. You are complicit in our death. Guilty by consent, indifference, complacency.
The only way to enact social change, to close up the cracks we have fallen into,
is to lend a hand, give a shoulder to cry on, open up your ears, bring your people to our houses, bow down to the ground, touch the soil of where we die, and tell them that this is a conversation. Listen.
No,